Yes, students, I will start the next problem now. So get ready with the sketchbooks and drawing instruments. I will show this how to do it on a board. So simultaneously we can do, and the incompleted problem for the square, we can apply the same thing here. So I hope everybody is having the sketchbooks and drawing instruments. And once I start doing it on a whiteboard, parallelly you can do, because rectangular lamina is very simple to do it. So you can do it very fast also. Okay. So the problem is a rectangular lamina of size 20 millimeter into 30 millimeter rests on HP on one of its longer edges. The lamina is tilted about the edge on which it rests till its plane surface is inclined to HP at 45 degrees. The edge on which it rests is inclined at 30 degrees to VP. Draw the projections of the lamina. So here is a rectangular lamina. The size is given, it is 20 by 30, and it is resting on HP on one of its longer edges. So very careful when you are doing a rectangular lamina. So the one important condition you should be very careful here is whether it is resting on the longer edge or on the shorter edge. So this has to be done very carefully. Okay. And the lamina is tilted about the edge on which it rests till it plane is inclined to HP at 45 degrees. The edge on which it rests is inclined at 30 degrees to VP. Draw the projections of the lamina. So this is the typical examination problem for 25 marks. So I will be keep on repeating. So we will be just discussing the five important things. One is the type of the lamina. Second thing, resting on HP or on VP. And the third one is whether it is resting on the edge or resting on the corner. Fourth one is inclination with respect to HP, and the fifth one is inclination with respect to VP. So this is the typical examination problem. So I will going to do these things on your whiteboard. Okay, please make a note of these things. Note the problem here. Okay, so I will going to do it on the whiteboard now, and parallelly you can have and you can do it in your sketchbook also. I hope everybody is having sketchbooks and drawing instrument and parallelly. So if you have any clarifications, you can do. So for time being, I will be just keep on muting everybody. So because a lot of disturbances I'm getting, and later I will going to have a clarification of your doubts and any problems. Okay. Now I will start doing it on a system. Please don't do such kind of things. Something I'm getting on your screen here. Okay. So now I'm going to start doing it on a whiteboard. It is a 20 by 30 millimeter rectangular lamina, inclined 45 degrees to HP and 30 degrees to V. Okay. So now I will start doing it on a whiteboard. Please observe the whiteboard and how to do it. Just see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We'll start with draw a line of XY line. This is XY line. And of course, we can have VP and HP. VP above the XY line. And of course, HP below the XY line. So just mark these two things. Okay. Now, we have to draw a rectangle of 20 by 30 such that it is resting on HP on one of its longer edges. So therefore, while you are drawing, you be very careful that the longer edge should be resting on HP. So therefore, we're going to draw a rectangle. Okay. Let us take this is 30 millimeter side. This is 30 millimeter side, and opposite to that will be adjacent to this will be 20 millimeter. 20 millimeters. Okay. So like that, you have to construct a rectangle. Please do it simultaneously on your sketchbooks also. A rectangle of 20 by 30 side. Rectangle of 20 by 30 side. Okay. So longer edge will be 30 and the shorter edge will be 20. So we have to satisfy the condition that the longer edge is resting on HP. So therefore longer edge should come to your left. Okay. So now let us give the annotations for this. This is A. A, and this is B. This is C, and this is D. So this is a rectangle of 20 by 30 millimeter side resting on one of its edges, longer edges on HP. So now this is the top view. So because it is resting on HP, so the true shape and true size can be seen in the top view. So the initial position, we have to draw a rectangle of 20 by 30 in this way. Okay. So now mark distance also going to be easy for you. 30. Here we will have okay, 30 by 20. So please look at this here. Now we have to get the front view of this. So front view of this can be obtained by just projecting from the top view. Draw the vertical projector lines. Please look at the line thickness also. Line thickness should be very thin. The projector line should be very thin. Okay. And then yeah. So now when you observe from this triangle from the front, you can see the 2 points A and B, and C and D are not visible because they will go into coincides with the B and D. So therefore, so in the front view, we are going to get a straight line or an edge, which is joining the 2 points AB, and B coincides with A and C coincides with B. And the points C and D are not visible in the front view, and hence in the front view, we will go to mark it in the form of a parallax. Okay. So the front view will be a straight line of edge AB. Okay. And when you just mark these points here, it should be A dash and D dash coincides with A. So therefore, you will going to get this point as A dash and D dash. And similarly here, B dash, C dash coincides with B dash. So this is the initial position, top view and the front view. Now what it says is the surface is inclined to HP at 45 degrees. So this is the initial position. The conditions what is satisfied here is the lamina is resting on HP. The second condition is it is resting on one of its longer edges on HP. So these are the two conditions what we have been satisfied. The next condition what we are supposed to satisfy is the surface of the lamina is inclined 45 degrees to HP. So here, when the lamina is inclined 45 degrees to HP, right? So the inclination with respect to HP in this position can be seen only in the front. Okay. So in the existing position, you have to tilt the lamina such that the lamina makes an angle of 45 degrees with respect to HP. For example, if you have a lamina, it is like this. It is like this. Okay, so you are tilting in this way. Okay, so you can see in the front view, you can see only the straight line. So you can see the line is inclined 45 degrees to HP. So that represents or that satisfies the condition that the lamina is inclined 45 degrees to HP. So now what we have to do in the second position is we have to show or we have to incline the lamina with respect to HP by 45. Okay. So this is the initial position for it. Always remember, initial position plays a vital role. So if you make a mistake in the initial position, you won't get a single marks out of it. So therefore, initial position is very important for us. So make sure that you are satisfying all the conditions in the means conditions in the initial position. Now we have to make the lamina inclined to HP at 45 degrees. So what I do here is I will take the line. So this length, A dash and B dash, we have got A dash and B dash, right? So that needs to be inclined to HP at 45. So you can do in this way also. First, you can draw a line for 45 degrees from the XY line. Forty-five degrees is the XY line. Yeah. Now you have to transfer this A dash and B dash line over here. Okay. So A dash and B dash line over here. So therefore, you have to measure the length of A dash and B dash. Of course, it will be equal to 20 only, no problem. So it does not happen in all the cases, but in the case of a square and in the case of a rectangle, it is possible, but not in all the cases. So be careful. So this A dash and B dash, better have the practice of taking this length by compass. Measure A dash and B dash, and you are marking the point over here. This line which touches this point will be always, it should be A dash and the lamina is resting on A dash and D dash on the edge. So therefore, so this point should be A dash and D dash. From there, mark point A dash. A dash is this point, and measure A dash, B dash, the compass or a scale, whatever it might be. Then you have to draw a line over this. So that line should be of thickness draw once again. Yeah. So now this point will be B dash and C dash for us. Okay, so this is representing a surface of the lamina is inclined 45 degrees to HP. So this is the second position front view. So now for this correspondingly, we need to have a top view. So when the lamina is inclined to HP, And in that position, if you observe the lamina from the top, so definitely you are going to get a diminished shape. Okay, we can discuss, we can do with your own self and take a one rectangle just like in the notebook, and you just incline like this and you just observe from the top. So what you can see, the top view, the view what you can see, it will have a same shape as a rectangle, but it is of a diminished size. Similarly, we are going to get over here also. So for this, to get that, so we need to have a projector lines. Okay, so we will going to get the projector lines from the front view. Draw the projector lines from each point. And similarly, from the top view, horizontal projector should come. Okay, so the same procedure. So we need to mark the points first. Marking the points, so you have to make sure that the intersection points. So where it intersects, that will be A, and where it intersects, that will be point B, and where it intersects here, it is point C, and here you will going to get. So like this, so you first mark the points, later you can join, because before, until unless you mark it, it's very difficult for you to get the things done. So therefore, first you mark it, then later part you can join the points so that so you will going to get the rectangle of diminished size. Look at here. So now I am joining A to B. I will join B to C. Then I will join C to D. Then I will go for okay. Next, from D to yeah. So this is the second position top view. So if it completes, so this is showing the lamina is resting on HP on one of its longer edges, and the surface of the lamina is inclined 45 degrees to HP. This is what we call it as the second position. Okay. Now what we want is, we want to tilt, we have to make this lamina or the edge on which it rests. See, look at here, the edge on which it is resting is AD. AD is the one longer edge which is resting on HP. Now this AD should be inclined to VP at 30. So for that, the same procedure what I discussed in the previous problems, same thing we will going to do. So we are going to draw a line for 45 degrees, sorry, 30 degrees, 30 degrees. It should be a 30-degree line. Okay. 30-degree line you draw. Now I want to transfer the edge AD. AD is there no, here in the second position. The second position top view. Second position top view. The edge AD should be drawn over this 30-degree line, satisfying the condition that the edge on which it rests is inclined to be at 30. So measure the distance AD. Of course, it will be similar to the same, that is value of 30 only, but always measure it and do it with a compass. So what you do, first you mark the point D over here, okay, then take a compass, measure it and cut it. Like that you can draw, okay. So here I will draw this. I'm just transferring the edge AD in the second position. Edge AD from the second position, I will go to draw it on this 30-degree line, okay. Please observe. Okay, now you can construct this rectangle over there. Now I just shifted the points over here. So this is point D. Yeah. This is point D, and this is point A, and this is point B for us. And this is point C. Okay. So this is how you can this practice simultaneously. It is easy for you. Okay. Yeah. So now in the third position, we have got the rectangular lamina inclined to HP, so inclined edge on which it rests is inclined to VP at 30 degrees. So this is the third condition, right? So now we will going to get the final result. So for that, so we can go for draw the projectile lines from each and every point vertically upward below the XY line. Okay. Then similarly, we have to draw the horizontal projectors from the second position front view. Okay. So now first you mark the points. So where the intersection points are getting, so you will mark the points. See the vertical projector from A, okay, and horizontal projector from A dash. So these two will meet at this point. Okay, so therefore that point we will going to take it as A dash. It is a front view, it should be A dash, this point. Okay. Similarly, here we will have B dash and C, it will come over here. Okay, and D is here. So now, once you get the points, you can mark all those points or you can join those points with a. See, we will have point A dash is here, A to B. Okay. B to C dash. Okay. C to D dash. And then C dash to. So this is the final position what we have to get. This is how we have to complete the diagrams. Yeah. Anybody is having any clarification here? Any doubts? So once you keep on doing, then only you will come to get the doubts. And dear students, you can unmute yourself and you can speak to me. If you have any clarifications over here, we can discuss. Charan, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Have you observed how I did the problem?
Yes, sir.
Have any doubts, any clarification?
No, sir. Presently, no.
Yeah. Please try to. Let's try to do this on your sketchbooks. It will be easy for us.
So only in the initial position we'll mention the dimensions.
Sorry?
So only in the initial position we'll mention the dimensions.
Yeah, it is enough. Initial position, it is enough. And only the angles you have to show. Angles is there, no? That angles you have to show in each and every one. That has to be done. Yeah, any doubts, any clarification, anybody? Anybody can speak to me. Lot of doubts I am getting. Sound here. Aarti, you have any clarification? Please, if you have any clarification, please can do. Ayush?
Yes, sir.
Would able to follow? Gurcharan, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yeah. Would you able to do this? Gurucharan, could you able to do this problem?
Yes, sir. I did half of it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Please,
near the half. I'm doing.
yeah. Please complete that. Any clarification, any doubts?
Yeah.
You can switch because I will be discussing the problems only on planes resting on HP with one of its edges on HP. So later part I will going to do it for the corner resting also. So when we discuss on Saturday, we will discuss the corner resting. So whenever you have any, if you have a solution manuals with you, please look at the problems where we're going to get that. I will give another one problem now, so we can discuss that also. And
Sir,
yeah.
sir, in a solution manual, the dimensions are correct, sir. But then I've seen the dimensions are wrong.
Dimensions are wrong. I'm not getting
I
it.
mean, they'll give 25 millimeters, sir, but then it's not 25 millimeter.
No, don't measure on a solution manual, please. It is a scaled version. Please don't do that. If it is 25 minutes, you take 25. It is they have taken it and they have scaled it down to fit that problem into a single page. Don't measure it on a
Yeah.
solution manual. Okay, if they give you 25, you do it on a sketchbook 25.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, yeah. Anybody, any clarification, please, if you want to have to practice, because these things I cannot again repeat once again in the class. Please keep on doing it. Okay, it is very important for you people. Okay, we'll just come out of this sketchboard. If anybody is having still doubts, please, because I will go for next problem now. Okay, I will just keep this. Yeah. Here is another one problem. A 30-degree, 60-degree set square of 60 millimeter longest side is so kept such that the longest side is in HP, making an angle 30 degree with VP. The set square itself is inclined at 45 degrees to HP. Draw the projections of the set square. So this is what I wanted now. Okay. So please make a note of this problem immediately because another 5 minutes that is left out for me. So please make a note of this and please, I will just give initial position I will give you. Okay. Rest of things you have to do. Okay. A 30-degree, 60-degree set square of 60 millimeter longest side is so kept such that the longest side is in HP, making an angle of 30 degrees with VP. The set square itself is inclined at 45 degrees to HP. Draw the projections of the set square. Okay. So now I will go to the sketchboard, whiteboard, and I will show here. See, this is the problem what we have done in the previous one. Now I will just clear everything here. Now I will start doing the next problem. Same procedure. Draw the XY line. I'm just giving only the initial position. Rest of things you have to complete. Okay. So of course VP and HP you can draw, no problem. So here you're doing, so you should get 60 millimeter. The longest side should be this side. Okay. Next, it is a 30 degrees, 60 degrees set square. 30 degrees should come always this side. Please remember. So 30 degree line, 30 degree side will have the longest, the second longest one compared to the longest side. And here you should get the 60 degree. So please See here, this is 30. You have to construct in this way only, don't make mistakes. This is 30 and here it is 60. This is 60. Okay, so this length is this is 30 degree. Here we have 60 degree. Okay, so this is 30 degree here. And this side will be 60 degree. 60 millimeters of longest side. Okay, so now what we are supposed to do here is, so the lamina is inclined. This is a set square. See, 30 degree should come here only. Please remember this. This is a very important thing because many of the students make a mistake over here. So the set square should be in this way only. So don't interchange. 60 should not come here, 30 should not come here. So 30 degree of the set square should come this way and 60 degree should come over here. The rest of things you can do the same projection of a triangular lamina. So the longest side is 60 millimeter should be your left, 30 degree from the top side to the bottom and 60 degree from bottom to the top. So this is the initial position of S30 60 degree set square. Rest of things you can proceed, same thing what I just explained. The second, first position front view, second position in front 45 degrees to HP, get the top view, and the longest side is in front 30 degrees to BP. So those things you can proceed. Okay. So any doubts, any clarification over here, you can ask me. We will meet on Saturday again. So we're going to continue with laminas resting on the horn. Okay. So by that time, please complete all these problems. So it will be easy for you. So if you have any doubts, I will going to have another 10-15 minutes at the beginning of next class. So if you have any clarification, you can do. And later part, we're going to start with the lamina resting on the horn. Okay. So any clarification, students, any doubts, you can ask me.